Welcome to this short demonstration of the new diary program. As you can see, it's quite a bit different to what you're used to, but we've kept some continuity, which you will see once you start having a look at the diary. It's very much more flexible, and once you're used to it, you'll wonder how you managed with the old diary. As you can see, you've got the columns just the same as you'll have in your diary now, probably called consulting 1, 2, 3, etc. I've got a nurse consult one there as well. My appointment times I've nominally set to 10 minutes, but one of the big pluses of this diary is you can set different types of consultation and have them allocate the appropriate number of minutes. So there's a setup video that takes you through how these are set up. There's also some documentation. The purpose of this is just to introduce you to how it works and what it looks like. So what I've got here is a diary that's quite full. The grey bars here, because the time has gone, the time is indicated by the real-time line going across the screen. The appointments in grey have been dealt with, so the clients have been and gone basically. What you can see here is there is an X on one of them. So if I hover over that, it says, as you can see, they failed to keep the appointment. So you can mark those off and it can put an entry into the client's card as well. I've got 3 clients here in various states of progress. I've got this Nick Masters chap who's basically waiting to be seen. And what I've got here, as you can see, I've actually got an appointment from 9:50 to 10 past 10. And what's happened there is because it's in for vaccination appointment, the setup has been set so that you get a 10-minute consultation for a single animal, and then I've added 5 minutes automatically for each one. So you can set these up yourselves, and then reception just simply have to select the type of appointment and the number of animals, and it will allocate the appropriate amount of time for you. As you can see down the left-hand side of some of these appointment slots, you've got different colour bars. Now these correspond to the current colours that you're used to. So a bold black means waiting to be seen. A bold blue there means they are being seen. And a red means waiting to pay. And as you can see, as I hover over the appointment slots, it drops down the full details. So you'll get their details of their how long they've been waiting for. Also what waiting room they're in. So one of the advantages of this system is we can also allocate several waiting rooms. So if you've got, say, a dog waiting room, a cat waiting room, and perhaps a quiet room, you can allocate the client to go and sit in one of those, and whoever's using the diary knows where that client is. One of the differences with this is you can also allocate different colours to different types of appointments. So what I've got here is for vaccinations, I've chosen this colour. For behavioural ones, I've got a blue. I've got one here for puppy and kitten check. I've got a different colour again. I've got one here for an investigative one. I've got this purpley colour. There's again another vaccination one there. I might have a dermatology one. So the whole diary can be set up to suit your practice and what specialities you offer within it. The diary rota bar is incorporated at the top as well, so you can see which vet is doing each consult, and you can also see here, okay, JCH is doing those appointment slots, and NM is doing the middle one during the day, so you can see actually for the whole day. There's actually 2 views. This view here is the diary day full, so you'd use this typically when you've got a surgery ongoing because you can see more details, and it all keeps pace with where you are during the day. There's also a compact view. So if you click on that, that gives you a much sort of more condensed view. You can see how many slots you've got, etc. But again, if you hover over the appointment slots, they drop down and show you what's there. But probably more commonly, you're going to be into the full diary view. A few other things on the diary as well. You might notice that there's this little info icon. So if you want to have a look at the record before calling the client in, so this will typically be the vets doing this, all the vets have to do is just click on the eye there, and it will bring up the client card, and they can go and look at that, the history, and it doesn't change the status of the client. You can also allocate, as I've got here, do not book, so you can allocate whole text slots. You can move appointments around, so if you go onto appointment slot, hold the left mouse button down and just drag that appointment down. Do I want to move this appointment for Shiva to that slot? Yes, I do. So I've now moved that one from there. You can also cut and paste it if you're going across sort of several days or weeks ahead, okay? So to make an appointment, you've got the same options. You can go and find a record at the top, or you can double click in the slot. So I like to find records, so I know who the client is first before they come in. So I can put in there part of the client's surname. I can go and select that as the client I want to have. It's giving me the warnings there. So I just acknowledge those, and then I go and find an appointment slot. So we've got quite a full diary, but I've got a slot there. So what I'll do is I'll enter it into there, press the return key. And now what I need to do is add the animals that I'm going to put onto this appointment slot. So you just select them from the drop down on the right hand side, which gives you all the live animals that we've got registered for this client. So if I pick up Chrissy, Jock, and we'll have, okay, just those two cats. Okay, so if I'm doing a cat consultation, I'm going to select a vaccination there, and as you can see, it's gone from 10 minutes to 15 automatically. So it gives 10 minutes for the first slot, and it automatically added another 5 because I've picked up another animal. I've also got my notes box in here, so I can type any extra notes that might be relevant to this consult. And I can also, if I want to, give the client some sort of booking confirmation. So I can print an appointment slip, a label. I can send them an SMS text. I can send them an email from here as well. If I just click book, then that's now put that into the slot. So when we get a client that arrives, we've got one here that is sitting and the appointment's made, nothing's happened. So the client walks into the practice. What I do now from reception is I simply put the pointer over the client, press right mouse click, and I've now got the status of arrived. And as you can see, I have set up 3 different waiting rooms here. So I'm going to drop this one into the canine waiting room. And it also goes through and checks the GDPR status, which you're familiar with from the old diary. So that client is now waiting. And as you'll see, it's recording how long he's been waiting for, just the same as the old system. So I've got one here that's waiting to pay. So if I double click on that, I can either go to the records if I wanted to add something else onto the record card, or I can just do take payment. So that will then bring up the payment screen, and you just go through the process as you would normally. So you're familiar with that bit anyway. And then the status the client moves on to left. Okay, so they then go to a grey background, so we know they've been dealt with, they've been and gone. So there is, at the top, there is a tools section, and this will be subject of a separate video. So in here we've got the setup option, so we can set up different appointment types. So I've got all my various ones in there. We've got different diary pages, etc., display diary pages. We can put the rotors on there. We can allocate waiting rooms. So that's the subject of the second one. So your system manager will probably set all those up for you. Okay, well, I hope that's been useful. There is documentation on this. If you have any queries, then please do get in touch with the support team, and we'll get the diary round to practices through early part of 2022.